The War of Austrian Succession, spanning from 1740 to 1748, was a significant European conflict arising from the disputed succession to the Austrian Habsburg throne. Its intricacies defined the geopolitical landscape of the era. Central to this was Frederick the Great, King of Prussia, whose bold strategies during the war underscored his military prowess and ambition for territorial expansion. As an ambitious leader, Frederick aimed to assert Prussia's dominance and carve out a powerful state in the heart of Europe, thus reshaping the balance of power on the continent. The war's significance in relation to the Battle of Hohenfriedberg in 1745 is profound. This battle is widely deemed Frederick's masterstroke, epitomizing his military acumen and decisive leadership. By defeating combined Austrian and Saxon forces on June 4th, Frederick not only solidified Prussia's territorial gains in Silesia, but also reinforced his reputation as a formidable military commander. It marked a turning point, demonstrating the effectiveness of Prussian military reforms and setting the stage for Prussia's rise as a major European power. Two compelling examples illustrate the war's broader impact. First is the use of Prussian infantry tactics, which involved advanced drill practices, allowing for rapid and precise troop movements. This innovation not only contributed to victory at Hohenfriedberg, but also set a new standard in military strategy, influencing European armies. Secondly, the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle in 1748, which ended the war, confirmed Prussia's control over Silesia, thereby validating Frederick's aggressive territorial ambitions and fortifying Prussia's strategic position. Supporters of Frederick's approach argue that his actions were instrumental in elevating Prussia's status, serving as a catalyst for German unification in later centuries. However, his aggressive strategies were not without controversy. Critics contend that his disregard for established diplomatic norms exacerbated tensions across Europe, planting the seeds for future conflicts, particularly the 7 Years' War. The dynamics of this period intertwine with larger themes of European political shifts and military evolution. Frederick's campaigns influenced military thinking, emphasizing the importance of adaptability and innovation on the battlefield. They also highlighted the era's shifting moral considerations in international relations, where might often overruled right. Overall, the introduction of the War of Austrian Succession and Frederick the Great's role provides a critical lens through which the Battle of Hohenfriedberg and its implications can be comprehensively understood. It connects to broader regional transformations, underscoring the enduring impact of strategic leadership in shaping history. The Battle of Hohenfriedberg on June 4, 1745, is often hailed as a masterpiece of military strategy executed by Frederick the Great during the War of the Austrian Succession. This engagement is a classic example of Frederick's tactical ingenuity and aggressive operational maneuvers, positioning it as a quintessential demonstration of his military prowess. The essence of the battle lies in Frederick's ability to execute a surprise attack on the forces of Austria and Saxony, decisively influencing the outcome in Prussia's favor. By successfully utilizing the element of surprise and superior battlefield tactics, Frederick cemented his reputation as one of history's great military leaders. The significance of Hohenfriedberg extends beyond its immediate tactical achievements. It solidified Prussia's emerging status as a European power and enhanced Frederick's credibility as a monarch capable of reshaping the geopolitical landscape. The battle exemplified the effectiveness of rapid mobilization and the innovative use of infantry and cavalry, carving a new path in military strategies during the 18th century. One particular example of Frederick's innovative tactics at Hohenfriedberg was his use of oblique order, where he concentrated his forces to attack the enemy at their weakest point, causing disarray and confusion. This tactic was later studied by military strategists and adopted in various forms, including during the Napoleonic Wars. Another example is the Einmarsch, the famous infantry advance in perfect unison, which demonstrated the discipline and effectiveness of the Prussian military machine, setting a standard for future armies. Support for Frederick's strategies can be found in numerous military studies that praise his adaptability and foresight. The Prussian army's performance at Hohenfriedberg is often highlighted as a turning point in military doctrine, showcasing the importance of adaptable leadership and strategic coherence. However, some criticisms of Frederick's approach point out the risks of aggressive tactics, particularly the potential for high casualties and the possibility of overextending military forces. Critics argue that while the victory was achieved, such tactics may not have succeeded under different circumstances or against more prepared adversaries. Hohenfriedberg's triumph is closely linked with Frederick's broader military campaigns, presenting a template that influenced his subsequent battles throughout the War of the Austrian Succession and the 7 Years' War. This point illustrates not only the effectiveness of Frederick's strategies, but also how innovative warfare tactics can have a resounding impact on military history and the geopolitical balance of power. The strategic preliminaries of the Hohenfriedberg campaign pertain to the critical planning stages before Frederick the Great's famous battle during the War of Austrian Succession in 1745. This concept involves the careful orchestration of military strategies, logistic arrangements, and diplomatic maneuvers that set the stage for a successful campaign. These preliminaries are essential because they revolved around astutely gathering intelligence, assessing the strengths and weaknesses of adversaries, and exploiting the terrain for tactical advantages. Such groundwork often determines the outcome of the subsequent military engagements, underscoring its importance in the broader context of Frederick's masterstroke at Hohenfriedberg. Strategic preliminaries signified Frederick's adeptness in military leadership, ensuring his forces were well prepared to engage the adversary. The emphasis on comprehensive planning underlined his ability to innovate and employ strategy over sheer brute force, which was pivotal in his victory at Hohenfriedberg. The result certainly demonstrated the effectiveness of thorough preparation and strategic foresight in warfare. Two instances exemplifying these strategic preliminaries include Frederick's manipulation of mobility and surprise, his army's swift maneuver from Upper Silesia to Bohemia in late spring 1745 caught the Austro-Saxon forces off guard, showcasing his judicious use of speed and movement. Additionally, Frederick's choice to attack at dawn leveraged the element of surprise, disrupting enemy positions and morale effectively. Both examples highlight the critical role of pre-battle planning in achieving decisive victories. Supporters of Frederick's approach, like the military historian Dennis Showalter, laud his strategic genius, emphasizing the lasting impact of his planning methodologies and their influence on modern military tactics. However, this detailed approach also encountered challenges, notably the risk of miscalculation inherent in pre-battle planning. Any misjudgment could lead to catastrophic consequences, a reality faced by strategists who emulated Frederick's ambitious maneuvers. Some historians argue that Frederick's reliance on strategic preliminaries occasionally bordered on overconfidence, potentially overshadowing adaptive strategies during battle. Critics also suggest that while his meticulous planning might have been successful in specific instances, it also subjected his campaigns to high stakes if unexpected variables arose. Ultimately, the strategic preliminaries of the Hohenfriedberg campaign connect directly to Frederick's broader military exploits by serving as a template for future campaigns. His focus on meticulous preparation, combined with dynamic execution, became a hallmark of his military career, influencing subsequent battles and enhancing his reputation as a master tactician in the annals of military history. The Battle of Hohenfriedberg fought on June 4, 1745, is often hailed as a masterstroke by Frederick the Great, exemplifying his military acumen during the War of the Austrian Succession. This confrontation was marked by the strategic brilliance and decisive maneuvering of the Prussian army, solidifying Frederick's reputation as a formidable tactician. At its core, the battle demonstrated the effectiveness of meticulous planning and the execution of tactical surprise, as Frederick leveraged his army's disciplined firepower and rapid movements to outmaneuver the larger Austrian Saxon forces. The significance of this battle within the broader context of Frederick's military campaigns lies in its demonstration of innovative warfare strategies that would shape European military doctrine. Hohenfriedberg not only secured Silesia for Prussia, but also reinforced Frederick's standing as a military leader, capable of overcoming formidable adversaries through superior strategy and leadership. The victory underscored the importance of adaptability and bold decision-making in military operations, themes central to understanding Frederick's overall approach to warfare. Two specific examples illustrate the impact of the Hohenfriedberg strategy. Firstly, the oblique order tactic employed by Frederick, where he concentrated his forces on an enemy's weak flank, became a textbook maneuver for future military leaders. Secondly, the battle's emphasis on disciplined infantry lines and the rapid deployment of cavalry underscored the evolution of Prussian military effectiveness, which later influenced Napoleonic warfare strategies in the early 19th century. Supporters of Frederick's tactics highlight the transformational nature of his approach, emphasizing how his victories, including Hohenfriedberg, shifted the balance of power in Europe and elevated Prussia to a status of European power. Critics, however, might point to the human cost and the aggressive nature of territorial expansion, questioning the ethics of such militaristic endeavors. The Battle of Hohenfriedberg is also contextually linked to the broader geopolitical landscape of Europe at the time. It played a crucial role in the ongoing conflict between Austria and Prussia over dominance in Central Europe, setting the stage for future confrontations. The victory emboldened Frederick to pursue further military campaigns, which would have significant implications for the region's political dynamics. In sum, the Battle of Hohenfriedberg represents a quintessential example of military ingenuity and strategic brilliance. It highlights the interplay between tactical innovation and broader geopolitical ambitions in Frederick the Great's military legacy, providing valuable insights into the art of war and its enduring influence on military history.